This is take 2. So welcome if you're coming back or if you missed the first little bit and you're just coming in for the first time, welcome. So we had a little tech problems. We were live for just a couple of minutes and things, I don't know, stopped working on my end. Anyways, not sure what happened. Fingers crossed we have better luck with the second time around. So I was saying, I'm just going to quickly restart for those who are going to watch the replay. This was the yarn that was up for voting. We're going to talk about the winning yarn. I'm going to show you last week's progress, and then we're going to talk about sweater knitting because you guys all know February 1st, which is tonight at midnight, sweater knitting month kicks off, which is going to be so much fun. Thank you to you guys for popping back in. Sorry, I have no idea what happened. Tech issues. So fingers crossed we have better luck. I'm going to talk real quick in case we get cut off again. So yarns that were up for voting. I wanted a super quick project. I went and looked in my stash, looked for some super bulky yarn. This is called, oh, it's upside down, Magnum. Cascade Magnum. This stuff is made in Peru. It is 100% Peruvian Highland wool. It is saying anywhere between a 10 millimeter and a 12 millimeter, which is a US 15 to a US 17 size needle. 6 to 8 stitches for 4 inches is the gauge. And it's this beautiful gold color. It's a really, really dark goldy yellow. It's really pretty. Very loose. It's almost like, just say like a Lopi spun, like a single ply kind of thing. Anyways, I think it'll be pretty. The other option was a ball of red. This was sitting downstairs in my living room, probably left over from a Christmas project I thought I was going to do. And hi, Susanna. So it is Wool Ease. Does this have an actual color? Cranberry. This is a cranberry. So this is, I'm thinking, pretty much the same size. It's a number 6, super bulky. They are suggesting a 9 millimeter needle. I think I usually always go down to an 8 because I knit so loose. It's an 80 acrylic, 20% wool. There was a lot of votes for these 2 yarns. Oh, Melanie's hoping for red. Suzanne's saying both. A couple people said use both, but that's not the plan for this week. It's a 1 color hat with cables is what the project is going to be. Both colors would look pretty. I do like these. These are actually kind of my Christmas colors, a gold and cranberry red. But we're not thinking Christmas because it is now almost Valentine's Day. Anyways, you guys voted a lot of votes. And I waited. I had to wait right till just a couple of minutes before 8 o'clock because it was a dead tie. There were Instagram stories, Instagram post votes. There was Facebook posts, Facebook stories posts, direct messages. I think that's all the places I looked to see who was voting for what. And just a couple minutes before 8, I saw 1 vote come through on Facebook, and that broke the tie. So, want to know what it is? Of course, everybody wants to know what it is, right? It is maybe, I don't know. It was tied 50-50. A lot of people said red. A lot of people said yellow. The yellow is really gorgeous. And the winning yarn for this week's super quick project, so I can get a sweater cast on, is the yellow. So this is going to go back in my stash. Maybe it'll surface again next year, maybe for Christmas, or who knows, maybe later in the month for Valentine's Day, if my sweater knitting goes super well and I don't get behind. Barb saying yay. I know there was a few people that said they voted for whichever color they voted for, and they said, well, I don't know. They said, I'm going to vote for red, which pretty much means you're going to be knitting with yellow. So, hi, Anne. Yes, we had a little tech problems when I first started, so hopefully we can get in our hour of chit-chatting. So look at this gorgeous yellow. This is going to look really gorgeous, and I'm hoping it's going to knit super, super fast, like as in half a hat tonight, even before I go to bed, maybe. So I can't remember what I said now from what I said the first go around. Hey, Bernadette. So I'll tell you, I can't remember if I said this already in this go around. 100% Peruvian Highland wool. It's 250 grams, which means there's 123 yards, 112 meters, 6 to 8 stitches per inch. I like how they give you a little leeway there. And so the needle size is either a 10 to a 12 millimeter or a US 15 to 17. I knit loose, so that always means I'm going to go down in needle size. So I'm thinking maybe an 8, maybe a 9. I'll see what I can find. So I'm going to have to put this on my Swift and wind this up. Oh, it feels like a cloud. For 100% Peruvian, no, Highland, what was it? What did I just say? Peruvian Highland wool. Was all those words in there? Yes, Peruvian Highland wool. That sounds more like a rusticy yarn, but I think the way this is spun, because it's so loosely spun, it feels soft. I would think even some of you who are a little sensitive to a rusticy wool, I think even this would be comfortable, tolerable, I think. I know I have a really high threshold, right? I'm the one, I love a Briggs and Little, I love a Lopi. So this feels super, super soft. Oh, can't wait to get this all wound up and find some needles. I'm hoping I can find 16-inch needles, because that is my preferred way to knit hats, is to not have to, I shouldn't say mess around with magic loop or something, but if I have the right circumference needle for whatever size project I'm working on, always my preference, because then it's just one less thing to stop and play around with, and you can just zoom around. And this month I am all about speed knitting because I have a lot of projects on the go. Okay, before we start talking about February, let's do a little recap, because it is January 31st. Where did January go? It really just seemed like Christmas was just a week or so ago, and it has been a whole month. I've got my whiteboard down here. I added on today's cast on. So I'm thinking it shouldn't really count, because it makes the numbers look bad and not in my favor. So I've got my trusty whiteboard down here, and okay, I gotta find a better way to do this. I might actually even revamp. Sorry. Okay, see, I gotta revamp this because it's just too big to fiddle with. So January, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 projects. Colorwork socks. Oh boy, I gotta get working on those. The pink and gray hat, the chevron, totally done. Love it, actually. It's sitting on my mannequin downstairs, and the more I look at it, the more I like it. So I think I'm definitely going to write that pattern up, and I'm going to reknit it. My cowl. Oh my gosh, that beautiful colorwork cowl that I started with all the Leading Men Fiber Arts minis. Love that project. There again, it is sitting downstairs in a great big huge yarn bowl, and I love it. Honest to goodness, every time I look at it, like my heart literally skips a beat, and I'm like, oh, I love that. But I haven't had a chance to work on it. Gonna have to get back to that. Ooh, this is last week's project. Oh Lord, I haven't said this word in a few days, and now it's Tentacula. Tentacula. That word is just not intuitive for me. Anyway, so that's the project, and then tonight's cast on is a super bulky hat, which hopefully that should be done next week. Fingers crossed. And then I had 2 guild projects, which were 2 hats. So I ended up 7 starts this month, and I had 4 finishes. So not too bad. And the 7 is counting tonight's project, which is still sitting here. So really I have 4 out of 6. So I think that's pretty good. pretty good progress for me. So let's show you last week's cast on because it is a finish. It is a finish. Here it is. Still have my needle stuck in just to hold it. I was a needle holder. I didn't get my ends woven quite yet. But look at this. What do you guys think of this? It was interesting to knit. I will say that. And there's the top. And oh, Katie's giving it a wow. It is kind of a wow pattern, you know. These, I don't even know what the stitch pattern is called. I have seen it on Instagram in a few reels, people just knitting the pattern, showing you how to do it. But I can't remember if they had a pattern name. Does anybody know what this is called? Oh, Nikki says, wow, you love it. In the pattern, so the Tentacula pattern, it's a paid for pattern. It gives you 4 different sizes. It gives you a video link. Oh, Kim loves it too. The video link is not the pattern designer. She's just gone and she's found somebody's really excellent video on YouTube and she's put the link in there. The video link that she links you to, the woman is knitting a sweater out of this pattern. I am like bowing to her. If she gets a whole sweater knit in this pattern, I would not do a sweater in this pattern. But anyway, the video itself was really well done. She walks you through, it's about, I don't know, 15 or 20 minute length video at least. I just watched certain sections of it because the pattern designer for this hat, who I think was Jenny Noto, is that me? Don't quote me on that, but I think that is it. It gave you timestamps where to go and look, because as you can see, these little fans, what we call them fans, little swooshes each way. We've got like a left and a right. So in the video, she tells you go to time whatever, and she shows you how to do this way. Go to time whatever, which is about 5 minutes down in the video, and she gives you how to go the other way. It's not hard. It's not hard, but it is time consuming. It is time consuming. It took me probably over half an hour to do one round doing the pattern. It took me about an hour to do I think it was a 4-row repeat. 30 to 40 minutes of that was doing the pattern row. And then the last 20 minutes was doing the last 3 rows. So I don't know, maybe it gets a little quicker as you go. Maybe I was just awkward doing it. I'm not sure. But it's not hard to do. You do just have to pay attention. You have to count stitches. You have to count rows. And I did switch from a metal needle to a wood needle because can I show you? Hold on. I'll show you on this little bit. So I think even though it's a paid pattern was done, but because the videos for the stitch pattern online, don't think I'm giving away anything talking about how to do the stitch pattern. So what you're going to do is you got the right side facing you. So many stitches, and what we're doing is we're pulling up loops, 4 loops, and they're all worked in the same column of stitches. So you work over to where your designated stitches. This is to make the loops going to the right. What you're going to do is you're going to count down 4 rows. 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. You put your knitting needle in. So see where I am down here. So I'm going in front to back. You see where I've stuck it in right here. So you take your your right hand needle tip, you count down your 4 rows, and you just put it in front to back. And then you just pretend like you're knitting. You take your working yarn, you wrap it around the needle, and you pull it through. So here we are, 4 rows down, pulling out a loop. That loop stays on the right hand knitting needle. Then you just knit a regular stitch. So you can start to see the loop here. Then you go in the third. So I went in the 4th row down. Now you're going in the 3rd row down. Next time you're going in the 2nd, and then you're going to go in the 1st. So you're working your way up. And these are all done in the same column. And this is where I find it just a little slow, because I want to always like recount down, make sure I'm in the right column. Then you pull up another loop and knit a stitch. And you do that 4 times. So it is not tricky. It is just a little time consuming checking out where your stitches are. And I found I had to do that 9 times. I had 9 pattern repeats around, and it took me a while. And then there was a few times where I thought I had counted down 4 rows, and then, you know, I made the first loop and realized I had only counted 3. So I had backtracked, right? So it's probably, I mean, I don't know. Would I do it again? Maybe at some point. Would I rush out right out now and do another hat? No. Not in this pattern. I did think about trying to do it maybe as a pot holder, because I don't think it would be too catchy, because I may do it. I'm trying to figure out, I did almost 100 of these things. No, not quite, because I don't think I did that many rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 9 is a lot. So what is that? Almost 80. So what am I, 78? No, what is, I don't even know. 8 times 9, I don't know. Anyways, I can't do math without a calculator. Anyways, that was a lot of them. It was a lot of them. And I'm kind of done with them for right now. I enjoyed the hat. I love the look of the hat and the pattern. Oh, is it only 56? Okay. Well, anyways, 56. That seems like a lot. I think I haven't even tried it on, because I don't even want to know if it's going to fit. I'm thinking it might be a little, yeah, I think it's a little short. I followed the pattern. It's not bad. Not bad. I followed the pattern for medium. About, I might have, I just like saw 3 different answers in here. 56, 71, 72, 71, 76. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot of times. And I think really I would want to make the hat a little longer. So this is one of those tricky things too, because you've got the pattern. Your row gauge comes into effect, right? So if I was to do this again, I would either, yeah, if doing maybe one more would give me just a little bit more length, or put a couple of plain rows after my ribbing, or maybe do a couple of rows plain as I was doing just before the decreases or something. But fun to do. I'm glad I tried it. I would do this again. Like, I'm thinking, would this be interesting on a hat just as a detail around the bottom, maybe? We'll see. But anyways, if you're up for a challenge and you want something fun to do, this would definitely be, kind of outside the box kind of thing, right? This is what the inside looks like. You do have to catch the yarn as you're going around because I did the 2-color version. The yellow, or my lemongrass, was just for the pattern stitches. So, anyways, that's it. So it is done. It's fun. I would do it again. I'm not saying I wouldn't. A headband. Yeah, maybe a headband. Because whatever I did, 76, 81, whatever the number was of this, by the time I was getting to the end, I was like, oh. And part of the thing is, too, is I did most of this in one day. And maybe if I had broke it up and done, a zig and a zag one evening, a zig and a zag the next night, maybe that would have been a little bit better. But I did this really all in one, and by the time I was done, I was done. So, but that's it. Fun Tentacula. So if you're going to knit it, let me know. Or if you do knit it, make sure you tag me, on Instagram, or put it in the Fiber Friends. It's 72. And the number 9 multiply table, some of the digits in the answer always equals 9. Okay, Lynn, that's very mathy to me. Anyway, so yes, if you knit it, tag me because I would love to see yours. It is fun. It is different. It's interesting. And that's what we're going to say about that. We're going to move on because I don't know. I'm not having a good feeling about this internet connection. So anyways, I like how this hat feels. It's a little longer. My Tentacula hat, I would definitely put another repeat on there, I think. But maybe it'd work out good for a kid's hat. The Garter Ear Flap, I talked about this a couple times. This is the second one I did for our guild project because our stitch, kind of our theme for the month, was garter stitch. This was the one that I did doing short rows, so I could just knit all the way around and do a short row at the end. Really enjoyed doing that. It was a fun little trick to learn because I hadn't really thought about it. So it was fun. So this was a learning project for me. I liked it and would definitely do it again, to do garter stitch all in knit. Even though I like purling, it was just fun. It was just fun and it was different to do. I love the ear flaps. I've worn this hat out for a walk. Gee, I keep wanting to give these hats away, but I keep wearing them. I've worn the blue one, the ear flap hat, a couple of times. I've only wore this once, so I think it can still be a gift, right? Nobody's going to know. So this will be a gift. This is going to go in the Christmas box for next year. These, oh my gosh. You know what I just brushed off here? I just brushed off a little piece of that tinsel yarn from making those pom-poms. I'm going to have those little glittery tinsel pieces. I'm going to have them around, I'm sure, until next Christmas. I will still be finding them. It is what I said before. It's like it's the yarn version of glitter. Are we still on the 31st? Yes. This is the 31st, if that's what you're asking for, Anne. So 2 more hats finished this week. Tentacula, Garter Ear Flap. I've been kind of on a hat knitting roll. That's why I'm hoping my super bulky that I do tonight. The other things that I worked on this week were 2 gauge swatches for the hats. So, sweaters. Okay, I gotta flip the switch. The hat knitting I'm kind of getting out of that. Once I get the super bulky hat done, maybe I'll have hat knitting kind of out of my system because it is almost all go for sweater knitting. Tonight at midnight, if anybody's staying up till midnight, is anybody going to stay up till midnight and cast on their sweater? Probably not, right? That seems a little ridiculous. But first thing tomorrow morning, before work, before whatever, we can officially cast on our sweaters. Fiber Friends podcast is doing a month-long sweater knitting challenge, February 1st to February 28th. My project for that is going to be, oh, I made pom-poms. I forgot about this. I haven't trimmed it, obviously, but I made a pom-pom for my Tentacula hat. This project here. This is Wool Ease, Lion Brand Wool Ease in tonal, and the color is burnt orange. I think this is probably some discontinued yarn because I've had this in my stash for a couple of years, and I know I bought it on clearance. It was $4.99 a ball, and I bought 7 balls of it because that's all they had. If they'd had a couple more, I would have bought them, and I really wish they would have, because then I could have actually made a full sweater out of this. I'm going to make a shrug. This is going to be my month-long project. I'm going to do one of those. So are they called a cocoon wrap? I know Jocelyn talked about that. Jocelyn from Northern Knits podcast, when she and I did our check-in at the beginning of January, she had finished a really pretty crocheted one. This I'm going to knit, but just do the big long rectangle, fold it in the ends in half and seam them, and just do a shrug that way. I had thought I wouldn't be able to get a sweater out of this because I only have like 800 and I forget what the math was, just under 900 yards, 880, 865 yards, that kind of thing. So, because it's a bulky, it's a number 5. I'm thinking when I was buying it and I grabbed 7 of it, I was thinking if it was 7 balls of worsted, maybe I thought it was worsted, thinking 7 balls in worsted would make me a sweater. Not in bulky though. Somebody left me a comment and said, nope, don't put it back in your stash, try a shrug. And I'm like, ooh, that was like a light bulb moment. I was like, that makes me happy. I can see myself wearing this. I am picturing a cool spring day, going to the beach, one of the first days down to the beach where it's still, still too cold to be doing beachy things, but just a nice day to go down there in the spring, and you're still going to want something warm on you, right? Because the cold wind's going to be coming off the water, and I'm thinking this is going to be that project. So, shrug. Shrug. That's what it's going to be. I did a little gauge swatch here. I was going to wash it. Yesterday, when Fiber Friends and Northern Knits podcast, we did a live sweater party kickoff kind of podcast, which was a lot of fun. I said I was going to go down, I was going to throw this in with my laundry, and I didn't get there. I got sidetracked knitting the hat. Oh, you love your shrugs and ponchos. Oh, that's Barb. That's good. I really think I'm going to like the shrug. I didn't get it washed, but you know what? I'm not going to worry about it for 2 reasons. It's 80% acrylic, only 20% wool, so I don't think it's going to change my gauge by washing it. And I know kind of from experience, I've washed acrylics before, and haven't had any problem with it changing. So I think I'll be good. And it's also a shrug. So you've got some leeway there, right? Like, I mean, there's no real neck opening or shoulder shaping or armhole depth. Like, I think it's going to be good, even if after I wash the actual finished garment, I think I'll still be good. So I'm just going to go with my gauge. I'm going to measure it. I figured out I'm going to go kind of 28 inches deep is what I'm hoping. So from about 27, 28 inches is what I'm hoping for. And then I'm hoping I will have enough. The more yardage I get out of this yarn, I will have longer sleeves. So I'm hoping to get something at least just down past my elbow. So we'll see. Once I get half the ball knit up, I'll weigh it and measure it, and then I'll be able to, kind of do some math. If I have half the ball left, and I have so many inches knit, I'll be able to do that math I can figure out. That math I can figure out, and I'll have a good idea of where I'm going to be. So this is my month-long project. It is set and I can cast that on tomorrow morning. The other thing I swatched for is my second sweater project of the month, because Jocelyn and I are doing our 2-week bulky sweater challenge. That is going from February 10th to February 24th. And I have got more stash yarn that I am going to use. I am all about using stash this year, you guys, which is really amazing. I'm loving this because I had really intended on going to Michael's and buying some more Thick and Quick. There was a colorway sea glass there that every time I walk down that aisle, that yarn is calling my name off the shelf. And I fully intended on buying it. I saw it at Christmas time and I didn't buy it at Christmas because I thought, no, I'll wait, spread out my yarn purchases. I'll just get what I need for Christmas gifts, you know, in November, December. The sweater, I'll leave it till the end of January. And you know what? Now I'm thinking I'm not going to go get it. I have all of this 100% wool. It is a bulky. And I decided that I'm going to double it. And I'm just going to play around with colors. I have a lot of fall colors. I have a couple of shades of green. I have this one color of yellow, and then I have one that's an orangey tangerine color. Then I have there's brown, there's a black, there's an olive green. Yeah, I have probably 3 or 4 shades of green. I think there is a dark navy. That's kind of what I have. So I'm just going to mix and match. I'm not going to think too much about the color combinations, that kind of really just close my eyes and pick. And whatever it is, I think it's going to work out fine. Some of them I only have one, like this I only have one ball of. So it's not going to be able to go out throughout the whole sweater, because this is going to be a true sweater. It's going to have sleeves. It is going to be top down. I keep debating. I still haven't totally decided, but I don't have, that's why I don't have to decide yet, because this is not a February 1st cast on. This is a February 10th. So this may be a new start Monday, or maybe just some other time in my Instagram polls. I will put this out there. If I can't decide, if I'm still going back and forth, I may ask you guys, top down or bottom up. I may get some input on that. Because for some reason I hum and ha, and then I think, yeah, I'll do top down. And then I'm like, well, yeah, will I? I don't know. I'm going to have to think about it. Yes, it is definitely going to be a cardigan. This is going to be a cardigan because, I mean, I don't know how much you guys can always see of me. I always wear cardigan. Like every day I wear a cardigan. So a pullover is not going to, yeah, I'm not going to wear it. So cardigan it is, just whether it's top down, bottom up. It's going to be lots of fun colors. I have 20, give or take 21, 22. Oh, Christine's saying top down. I know. I think that's what I want to do. I think that's what I should just do. You're right, Christine. I've got about 20 of these balls. They are 50-gram balls. I might have 21 or 22. So we'll see. Top down. And yeah, you rarely see me in a pullover because I don't think you ever have. I don't wear them. I have a cardigan on. It's crazy, right? I have a cardigan on from the first chilly day until the first super hot day, right? And then it's tank tops. It's yeah, kind of one or the other. Anyways, so this is going to be fun. This is going to be color blocked, colored something, marled, faded, kind of a combination of everything. And just use up some of this yarn, because this is really old stash. This is going back, you know, 12 years probably. So it is time to use it. It is a very rusticy yarn, but I like it. I really like how it feels. I like the colors. This is also some yarn that's probably not available anymore. It was from Headwater Wool, and this was a place that came, she came and she taught classes on Russian knitting, and she had a booth and was selling yarn at the Creative Festival in Toronto. The peachy orange summer top you wore. Yes, I did. I did wear it a couple times, but you know what? That was a good learning experience, which tells me that I really don't like wearing cotton. And I know some people, that's all they want for summer tops, or for people who can't wear wool, that's what they go to year round. And for a summer top for me, and maybe because it was a pullover, I don't know. It was just too, I still found it too heavy for a summer top. It still felt too warm. So this year at some point where I'm going to have to pencil that in on my big calendar is a fingering weight. So some of this yarn back here, use some sock yarn to do a little summer top is what I want to try to see if I like that better than the cotton. It's all trial and error. And I guess finding what you don't like is just as good as knowing what you like, right? Then you know where to go. And you wear the store-bought one the most. I know. My black cardigan, I wear it. I know. I've had to kind of retire it because I have had it for so long, and it is so ratty looking, but it is my favorite. So I really need to recreate it so I can have a hand knit one just like it before it totally falls apart. Anyways, this is the 2-week sweater. I've got my gauge done. This one I am going to wash. So but I'm going to hand wash it. I've got, I don't know what this is. I forget I measured. This is about 7 inches wide. And I went up a needle size. I started with a 6.5 and it was too tight. This needle I have here is a 7. And I like it better. So I think I'm going to go with that. It's going to be fun. I haven't knit a sweater. Well, I know I've had a sweater that I need to finish that I'm just going to pull it out. It's been way too long with it and I'm over it. The joy was there and now it's gone. So it's going to get reclaimed and I'll reskein the yarn and it will be used for something at some point. So sweaters and hats, that's kind of what I was working on. Definitely this past weekend, I worked on the Tentacula hat and my gauge swatches. Oh, Natalie, I still think you don't like the Lopi. You know what? That sweater, I love the sweater that I knit. It's almost too warm to wear. So, I should make a point of putting it on. When I'm up here in the yarn room, it's cooler up here. So maybe I could handle wearing it for an hour while we're chatting. Yes. So anyway, I think lightweight sweaters, like a sock weight, fingering weight, is probably my favorite weight. And they just take way too long to finish, so that's my only problem. But maybe I will get faster. I'm really going to try to carve out a little bit more knitting time during the week. We're going to see how that goes. Well, I'm going to have to try to do that if I want to get 2 sweaters, or a shrug and a sweater. I mean, I guess a shrug is going to count as a sweater. If I can get both of them done in February. And I don't know what I was thinking last year when I decided that February should be sweater month. February is the shortest month of the year to do one of the biggest projects. That doesn't jive. That was bad planning. But anyway, what are you going to do? So that is it. So I really haven't been paying any attention to your comments. I've just been chatting here. So I see you guys have been leaving lots of comments and chatting to yourself. Jen, you are here. Jen, I have been trying to channel your knitting vibes because I'm thinking about all of the knitting you get done, and I'm thinking, okay, I need to do something. I don't know. I need to be more like Jen is exactly what I was thinking. So I'm going to be channeling your knitting energy so I can get these 2 sweaters done this month. Okay, so and Jen wear my Lopi sweater outside. It is my coat, yes. A turtleneck, and it's very warm. That I can totally see. Next February, you need a worsted sweater. Maybe, but then that's going to take longer to knit. Maybe that could be my month-long one. Susanna. Oh, Suzanne, you're here. Bloods are coming here. Okay, yes. Okay, so let's talk about the weather for just a minute or two. Natalie, I saw that in Michigan where I was working this afternoon. She had a Michigan TV station on and heard them talking about, yeah, you guys are going to get like 12 to 14 inches of snow possibly over Wednesday and Thursday. Oh, my internet is, I think we're back. Oh, Natalie, you think I can do it? Over 30 centimeters. Is that what you're supposed to get, Susanna? Worsted isn't much thinner. You're right. You're right, Natalie. It is all about mindset because I love that saying, whether you think you can or you can't, you are right. Exactly. It's all about being positive, and I could totally do a worsted weight sweater in a month for sure. And you're right, it's not that much thinner. Well, we'll see. We will see. I know. I think I can totally do it. Yes, you're right. Yes, Melanie, it could always stick a pullover. You were absolutely true. I know, so many options, right? I would love, well, let me see. I would love to do a year of sweaters. I mean, I'm trying to do a year of socks, and as you can see, a sock did not make an appearance yet. Well, it didn't make an appearance tonight. Thursday night, Jocelyn and I will be live with our monthly check-in, and I'm supposed to have a sock done for that. We'll see. We'll see what happens, because we'll see. But anyways, I'm still trying for 12 sweater. No. 12 socks. 12 pairs of socks by the end of the year. A sweater a month, that would be a challenge for another year. Next year, maybe? I would get hardly anything else knit though, would I? I don't know. That might be a little crazy. Okay, at least, 16 inches. Natalie's talking about snow again for Ohio. Yes. Oh, Sam, no, it's not too late to send a picture of your hat. Send it to me tonight and I will pop it in because, yes, it closes tonight, tomorrow morning. We'll see I'll probably close it tomorrow morning. So if anybody's got hats for the Fiber Friends Challenge, thanks for the reminder, Sam. Tonight is the ending because that challenge ends technically at midnight. We have a lot of entries. I took a peek in the Ravelry thread yesterday, the day before, and there was I'm sure I saw 115 entries. That just blows my mind. That is by far the most entries the Fiber Friends have ever had for their monthly challenges, which makes me super, super happy. Okay, Suzanne, 16 inches is about 40 centimeters. Oh, yeah, so it looks like we are going to get a ton of snow. Yikes. Oh, Diane says that's why you moved out of the Midwest. Oh, Natalie, you tease, but you believe in me. Yeah, well, we'll see. I'm trying to see yes. Socks and sweaters. We'll see what I can get done. Well, I had trouble getting home tonight. So I finished work not too soon before I start this. So I finished work, I come right home, grab my tripod, grab my knitting, and I sit down here. I turn onto my street and they have roadblocks up, road closed. And the I had gotten an email earlier in the day saying that there had been water main breakage a few blocks away. And I thought, oh, okay. So, and then I thought, oh, I wonder if another, I don't know why the road was closed, but anyways, I had to detour around to get home, and just barely, like with like a driveway away, the roadblock was set up. So I'm thinking, anyways, took me a little to get home. So I don't know if that's part of the internet problem, if they're doing whatever they're doing. But anyways, I briefly thought, I thought, what happens if I can't get in my house? What happens if I have no hydro? What if? And I thought, well, and I thought, okay, I will sit in my car and hold my camera and like talk for you like for 10 minutes, show you the winning yarn, and that would be it. But luckily, I was actually able to make it into the house. So. But yeah, that was a little interesting to come home to. So so when you're talking about the power, I was wondering if I actually had power or water here tonight. And that was my thought about if we get this storm, because they heard them talking somewhere on one of the newscasts wherever I was today. They said, yeah, this could be the most snow in, so many years. But sometimes the weather and the news people, I think they tend to embellish things, and they like to use big words that seem a little bit more dramatic, right? But anyways, we will wait and see what Wednesday brings. Maybe it will be I don't know. I can't say a stay at home. We all have to go to work, whether it's snow, but it would be a good kind of stay at home day if you're able to stay at home. Oh, Louise, on Thursday on the video chat, when you take a picture of my hat. You know what, Sam? I'm just going to I will put you in the chat. So or in the Ravelry thread. So don't worry. If you can't get me, don't worry about sending me a picture. I will just put it in because I did see your hat. So I know you knit one. Melanie says, you've had storms almost everywhere, or you to get and walk and wear your hand knit, and I guess it works well, doesn't it? I think that's what we should always just embrace the snow and the cold weather, right? Because then we get to wear our Lopi sweaters when it's super, super cold. Maybe I'll have to go for a walk just for the purpose of wearing my Lopi sweater. Maybe I'll have to do that, and I'll have to take a picture and show you that I am wearing it. Maybe I will put that on my to-do list for the weekend. Okay, so is there any, did you guys all say what you're knitting? We can chat. We'll go for, another 5 minutes or so here. And what is everybody working on? I know a few people said over in Instagram, they were talking about sweaters that they were getting ready. Does anybody have a new sweater project that you're getting ready to cast on for Sweater Knitting Month? We'll have to, if you're working on sweaters, make sure to post them in the Fiber for the Facebook, and then I'll share them in the stories for other people to see. Working on your crochet sweater. Well, that's exciting. Oh, that's right. Yes, because you're designing it, aren't you? Well, Nikki, if you get it done, will you get it done in February? Because a crochet sweater, it is a knitting challenge, but we're not going to, if people want to crochet, that's fine too. Oh, when you're test crocheting a poncho, that's exciting. When I think of poncho, I think spring, right? And we all need that now, especially if we're all going to get walloped with a snowstorm. We need some hope. We need some light at the end of the tunnel to think about spring, don't we? Oh, Sam. Okay, yes. Okay, so I will add you in for the draw in the Ravelry thread. And yes, Thursday when we do our video chat, I will do a picture of you, and then the Workington, oh my word. The four of us were chatting, and it's on the Fiber Friends YouTube channel if you want to go back and see it. We had a great chat. It was so much fun, the four of us. We'll definitely have to do that again. Oh, Melanie, you're trying to finish a simple slouchy cardigan from Yay for Yarn. That just sounds cozy. Just sounds cozy. I like it. Hey, Sherry, you're knitting. Oh, on your Magnolia Chunky, the pink one. Not the green one. And you're getting ready to cast on, okay, excellent. Your Swallowtail for midnight. Okay, I'm thinking, I'm probably going to stay up till midnight. What? I might. Probably. Maybe. Just when I want to, I'll probably of my sweater cast on. Oh, okay. So Nikki, you'll have the crochet. Have to post it in the Fiber Friends group, and well, I mean that is if you want to, but unless it's a design, and you're keeping it under wraps until you've got it ready for testers and all that kind of stuff, then of course that's fine too. Hi Sally, you're knitting your cozy up knits. Oh, mystery knit along wrap. Yes, and you're going to cast on. Oh, socks for February. Well, fantastic. You can never go wrong with socks, right? Diane, you're binding off a test cowl and casting on another. Oh, coconut sweater. Fantastic. Good. So that sounds like a sweater challenge sweater, Diane. Sam, sure, if you got a question, just type it in. We're going to chat for a few more minutes. Natalie, you're not. I'm barely awake now. Oh, I am feeling like I have my second wind now. And if I'm channeling my inner Jen, I am going to have to knit. Lots of times on Monday nights, because I work a really long day on Mondays, and then I come and I chat with you guys, and then I might knit for a little bit once we finish chatting. Like I'll cast on and knit a row, and then I'm kind of done for the night. But I'm thinking, okay, I think I'm gonna have to try to get a little more knitting time on Monday nights. So we will see how that goes. So I'm hoping. That's why I want this positiveness, this mindset that I'm not tired. I can stay up for a couple more hours and get a couple hours knitting in. Oh, Nikki's going to be looking for testers, you guys, but it's crochet. Oh, and it's beginner friendly and worsted weight. Okay, can you see? Oh my gosh, you guys, stop me. Stop me. Can you see the brain churning here? Nikki's got a beginner crocheted sweater. Could I do that? Could I do that? Boy, I don't know. I don't know if that would be a good or a bad thing. I mean, if I could do it, then it would be totally perfect for anybody, right? Using scraps. Ooh, that's even fun. I love things that are just scrappy look, right? Stripes. I saw somebody said, I think it was for my sweater using these colors, said it's striped. And I had thought about that. I had thought about, doubling with the same color and striping it. I'm still kind of on the fence about that. Some point I'm going to have to make a decision. I just keep thinking all these ideas, really think hard about what I would actually. No, I kind of like this. I kind of like this. I think I'm going to stick with this. I'm going to stick with this. Oh, Barbara's saying testing is so much fun. Problem with that is there's a deadline. Oh, Natalie, you'd make it for one of your kids? Is that, what are you talking about? Nikki is? Oh, Nikki's saying I could do it easy. Okay, we'll see. Is it out, like, are you looking for testers in March? Maybe I don't need to be a tester because I'm bad with deadlines. So maybe you don't want me to be a tester. Maybe I will just be once it's tested, I will be a crocheter. Maybe that's where I'll leave it. I'm not a real good test knitter because I got too much other stuff on the go. Okay, Sam is saying, is it hard to pick up cast on stitches? No, it's not. Oh, it's for your vest, sweater, dishcloth. No, easy peasy. I mean, well, it's not hard. If you haven't done it, a whole lot of it, it gets easier the more you do it. But it's totally doable. Let's say that. I mean, easy. What's easy for one person's maybe not for the other. If it's the first or second time you've done it, it might be a little fiddly, but it's definitely doable. Oh, Sally's saying, yes, I can. Basic stitches. Okay. I think I might want to try that because you know I can't seem to say no to anything. I'm even saying yes to crocheting, you guys. That's craziness. Okay, Natalie says, "Oh, but you're not as good at crochet as knitting." Well, then you know what? But sometimes maybe that's a good thing because Nikki, if you really want this to be a beginner, as in like somebody like me who has done a couple of, then Natalie and I may be the perfect people, right? Who crocheting, we're not super good at it, to see if we can figure it out, make something that resembles a sweater, right? Emma, how are you? You just sewed the last seam on your cardigan. Oh, you started last Wednesday. What? Okay, what weight is it? What weight of yarn? Last Wednesday, that's not even a full week. Oh my God, okay, so okay, okay, Emma, I'm gonna have to channel your vibes as well. Oh, Nikki, Instagram, if you're interested, anyone can if they want to know more. Okay, so Nikki Knits, you guys. If you're interested in testing, send her a message. Natalie, you thrive on a deadline. Yeah, it depends. Yes, your kiddo wears grown-up sizes. Oh, extra small. Oh, extra small. So that's small. Oh, Susanna's available. Chain stitches, double crochet and treble, and double crochet 2 together. Okay, I have never decreased on purpose in crocheting. I do it all the time, not on purpose, and my squares turn into kind of like triangle things, you know. So, and single crochet 2 edges together. Okay, so maybe I could do it. So it sounds easy. We'll have to see, but it sounds like you have some people here. Definitely, you have a few people here that will test for you, so that's exciting. Sally, you crocheted for for over 20 years before you learned how to knit at age 57. Well, look at that. So you are an expert crocheter then, Sally. Emma, Karen anniversary cake on big needles. Wow, that was fast. Emma, fantastic. That's great. So now, what are you casting on next? That's exciting. Okay, you're giving me hope. You're giving me hope that I can get 2 sweaters done in the month of February. Well, time will tell. In exactly 28 days, we will be back here and we will see how many sweaters does Louise have done. Does she get her February socks? Does she get her February socks done? What do I do for New Start Mondays? And I also have Brioche Guild projects in there. So we will see how February comes. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of strict late night knitting. I'm going to get some of this stuff done, but it will also be a whole lot of fun. Okay, yes, I think we are going to wrap up because I had that first start for the little bit and then we cut it. So this was our second go around. So thanks to everybody who did come back for the second try. Sorry that we had some tech problems, but this has been lots of fun. So my gold, my yellow, my gold, whatever we want to call it, Cascade Magnum. This was the winning yarn. I am going to skein this up right now and go find a movie or something. Channel this second wave of energy. And I'm going to get some serious knitting done tonight yet before I head off to bed. So thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for picking my yarn for this week's project. And, oh, Nikki's asking, do I know what pattern I'm going to use? No, I'm just going to make it up. Not very often, Nikki, do I actually use a pattern. So it was really nice to knit from your pattern and the Tentacula pattern. Honestly, you guys, if I was picking between the Christmas Chronicles 2 beanie, that really cute cabled, and the Tentacula, go with the Christmas Chronicles 2. That would be my, yeah, I would do that. It was a lot faster. So anyways, but they were both great patterns. So whatever excites you, that's what you should do. So I'm going to go play around with this and I'm going to make up a pattern and then get ready to cast on my shrug tonight at midnight. So everybody have a great evening. Have a great week. And I will see you. I'm going to see you guys Thursday night with Jocelyn, Friday in the Fiber Friends live on Facebook. Saturday, Cheryl and I will be back with the Fiber Friends podcast. And then we will be right back here again Monday modeling a really pretty cabled hat. So if you guys are in the way of all the snow that's coming, stay safe, stay warm, and get lots of knitting done. And I will chat with you guys soon. Good night.